A Fox 11 News exclusive, leaders discussing wildfire recovery at the Milken Global Conference today at the Beverly Hilton. I hosted the panel where Mayor Bass talked about how artificial intelligence could help speed up rebuilding and tackle problems like construction delays. Snapchat co-founder Evan Spiegel explained plans to set up a block captain system to make sure fire-hit neighborhoods get the help they need. Before that panel gathered, past and potentially future candidate for LA Mayor Rick Caruso published an op-ed that criticized the city's recovery process. And he wrote, quote, "Our city continues to suffer from failing leadership." Later he writes, "Why is the city so hesitant to communicate how this process is being managed and who is in charge? Instead of having to plead for answers, there should be a daily effort to provide real-time updates about what is happening." I had the chance to ask Caruso about that in a one-on-one interview shortly after that panel wrapped up. Rick Caruso, good to see you.
Good seeing you.
So we just had this big panel talking about the wildfire recovery. Where do you think we're at in terms of the recovery?
I think we're not doing enough. I think we're not doing enough, not as quickly as we should be doing it. And then on top of it, we need a lot more transparency. What is the county doing? What is the city doing? We need to be pushing people to clean up, especially the commercial areas need to get cleaned up. So there's a whole bunch of things that need to be done that aren't being done. And I feel like most residents frustrated.
We saw you out with Mayor Bass, with J.J. Redick, and working with her on certain things. Are you working together on things? What's happening? Because we see a lot of your criticisms, but we know that behind the scenes, you're also trying to work together. How's that going?
It's really simple. We need a bunch of wins, and I don't care who gets credit for the wins. So I will work with the mayor, work with the supervisors, I'll work with the governor, and I'll also, if need be, if things aren't getting done, work around them to get things done. But I'm always going to be honest. And so if things aren't happening, I'm going to be critical of that. And I'm going to be critical for the reason that I want people to focus and give people a voice, because there is a real frustration out there. And we aren't doing enough. There is no way you could tell me that the recovery and the rebuild is going well. We're 4 months into it now. We have 35 permits to rebuild homes. I mean, that is really sad and pathetic.
But they say that the debris removal is going well. They say it's going at record speed. That's something the president, the governor, and the mayor have all said.
Agree with that. The Army Corps, I think, is executing incredibly well. But I'm talking about the mayor's comments that we're doing better than any other recovery zone. You don't compare your success or quantify your success by comparing it to failures. And that's what she's doing. So let's look at real data and then understand what we could be doing better.
So let's hypothesize that you're mayor right now. What goes differently? What would you do if you were in charge right now to speed that up?
Well, the AI permitting that we developed and gave to the city to speed it up, adopt that immediately. It should be adopted and start working next week. Cut a lot more of the red tape. There needs to be a logistics plan. There needs to be a traffic plan. You need to manage. There's roughly 300,000 acres in the Palisades alone, another 300,000 in Altadena. What are the logistics to manage the rebuilding? How are you going to do that? You need that now. You need to open up the roadways. You need to do that now. You need to have a security plan to keep people safe. There are so many layers of things that have to come together to rebuild these areas, and you need to make decisions quickly. Bring in the best minds in private industry. That's what I said in the op-ed, who are dying to help. Use them to develop plans to get a speedy recovery going. It's not happening quickly.
You're running this nonprofit Steadfast, which
Right.
has been looking at dealing with a lot of these issues.
We're doing a lot of good work.
What's next for Steadfast? What's the next big issue you're tackling?
Well, the next big issue is we're going to get the park started. We got to raise the money. We're in good shape in raising the money. We've got the small homes that we want to get out on the lots. We're waiting for things to get cleaned up to do that. We're happy about the AI permitting that got approved. And then we've got a whole list of things that we're going to be announcing, so I don't want to announce them yet.
Come on, give us the exclusive.
In the next couple of weeks. But let me tell you, another big thing that we're working on is bringing businesses back to these areas. And so we're going to, because we've got to start getting that sort of flywheel moving, and then once it starts moving, things start moving with it. Everybody wants to be part of the success. So we're marketing these areas, saying, do you want to be part of rebuilding a community? The response has been great. got to get the schools reopened. We're spending a lot of time, the private schools and the public schools getting reopened. So we got a great team that's working on stuff around the clock.
I know you're probably not going to tell me right now if you're running for mayor or governor, although you could if you want to. But we're at this conference, which is full of leaders from around the world.
Yeah.
What are people saying to you when you walk through the hallways? I'm sure everybody's bringing that up one way or another. Are they saying run for governor? Are they saying run for mayor? What are you hearing?
I get both. I get both, which I'm very honored by. I get both. And as I've told you, at the end of summer, I'm going to make a decision on that, on what I'm going to do. But right now, it's all about Steadfast. And that's what I'm going to focus my time on.
Rick Caruso, thank you so much.
Thank you, buddy. Thanks for your time.
Nice to see you. Our thanks to Rick Caruso. Our thanks for Mayor Bass, also for sitting down with us earlier today. You can see all of our interviews from the Milken Conference at youtube.com/Elex Michaelson. And you can watch that panel, that hour-long panel, streaming live for free right now at milkeninstitute.org.